21. Ordeal and persistence. Obstacle.
He proved that with determination, no obstacle is too great.
Barrier.
Many people face barriers in the social environment that prevent their free choices of jobs.
Ordeal.
He spent 6 years in a prison in a foreign land, but survived the ordeal and returned to his hometown.
Persist.
Believing that the road to success will be rocky leads to greater success because it forces us to put in more effort and persist longer in the face of adversity.
Persistence.
With persistence, you will find a way through all obstacles.
Persistent.
He suffered from persistent pain on the right side of his head.
Persistently.
Related issues arise in connection with persistently inadequate aid for these poor nations.
Precaution.
We are rather proud of our ability to meet emergencies, so we do not take precautions to prevent emergencies from arising.
Coral.
The temperature was maintained at the same level, but the walls were painted a warm coral.
Reef.
Coral reefs are among the most threatened environments on Earth.
Fragile.
We should preserve fragile coral reefs around the world.
Fragility.
The economy has fundamental fragility, which depends on oil production.
Plague.
The population dropped due to the plague that killed hundreds of people overnight. Groups of 5 members are not plagued by the fragility and tensions found in groups of 2 or 3.
Pandemic.
Many people around the world lost their lives to the pandemic called a coronavirus.
Withstand.
Community stability, the ability of a community to withstand environmental disturbances, is a consequence of community complexity.
Withhold.
It can seem strange, at least at first, to stop praising. It can feel as though you're withholding something.
Deprive.
Our sense of how deprived we are is relative. If you are depressed in a place where most people are pretty unhappy, you compare yourself to those around you and you don't feel all that bad.
Deprivation.
No one would want to be famous who hadn't, somewhere in the past, been made to feel extremely insignificant. We sense the need for a great deal of admiring attention when we have been painfully exposed to earlier deprivation.
Raw.
The vegetable is eaten raw or cooked.
Fluid.
The raw egg is fluid inside, so when you spin the raw egg, it will continue to spin for a few more seconds than the boiled egg, as the fluid inside is still moving.
Deplete.
You increase your intake of sweets and water when your energy and fluids become depleted.
Negligible.
The physicist will point out that the friction on the falling stone is so small that its effect is negligible.
Friction.
How long would it take a stone falling from the top of a building to hit the ground? The building is surrounded by air, which applies friction to the falling stone and slows it down.
Dinosaur.
The Dinosaur Museum is the largest display of dinosaur and prehistoric life in Canada.
Extinct.
Dinosaurs are a popular topic for everyone. These extinct creatures from long ago seems to hold almost everyone's attention.
Extinction.
We need to take seriously our need for an education centered on global responsibility. If we don't, we risk extinction.
Conflict.
Often the conflict in modern stories is only partly resolved, or a new conflict appears, making the audience think further.
Strive.
To many, conflict within a relationship means that the relationship itself is in trouble. Perfect harmony, the absence of conflict, is considered the standard we should all strive for.
Conform.
For many young people, peers are of significant importance and can be the primary source of the norms with which they strive to conform.
Confirm.
Recent research has confirmed the importance of touch for babies.
Confirmation.
If we believe something about the world, we are likely to accept as truth any information that confirms our beliefs. Whether or not the information is accurate, we might accept it as fact, as confirmation of our beliefs.